Okay, this is going to be a tutorial on the Topcon SL-D2 slit lamp bulb replacement. It's not very easy to do. It's one of the hardest slit lamps you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do this the best I can and do the edits the best I can. This is an overall shot of the base of the slit lamp. And this is the lighting tower right here. And on the bottom of the lighting tower, if you can see it, I'll swing the camera around. Right here, there is a little black screw. It's actually a knurled knob. And that's the best you can see it because it's I can probably zoom in a little bit on it. Right there. Take your fingers and you have to unscrew that screw. Like this. Now once you have it unscrewed all the way, it'll sort of flop around in there like that. That's what you want. Okay? Now, when you have that loose like that, if you look, there's a little C-graded tab here on this side, and I can get it up over that edge. There's a little C-graded tab on this side, right there. So what you want to do is you want to grab both those tabs with your finger and your thumb, and you want to squeeze them together, and then this whole thing will come right off like this. Once it's off, like this, set it aside. Now if you look real carefully, you'll see on the right side of the lamp house assembly, I'll zoom in here, you're going to see a two white wires going to a lamp assembly. And on top of that, you're going to see a silver metal spring piece with a black knob on it. What you're going to do is you're going to pull that black knob towards you and slide it out of the way, like that. Once it's slid out of the way, this will allow you to pull out the bulb like this. Now, you might want to think that that bulb and this whole piece is one assembly, but it's not. It's two different things. This bulb will separate from this lamp piece. And how you do that is you hold the lamp piece, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Hold the lamp socket in one hand and pull apart. And as you can see, they will separate out. Once you get the new bulb back in place, you see that keyway right there. Okay, that keyway has to go back towards the flat, non-wired portion of the lamp socket. And if you look at the lamp socket carefully, you'll see two holes there, right on the top of the middle there. Those two holes and these two pins go back together straight in like this. Now, if you touch this glass part with your hands, take an alcohol swab before you put it back into the slit lamp, because if you don't, the oil from the slit lamp, from your hands, will go on this bulb, and the heat that the bulb produces will not dissipate properly, because it'll go right where the oil is and it won't allow the glass to dissipate the heat properly, and the bulb will blow out very quickly. So just simply take an alcohol swab and wipe it off, let it dry for a few seconds. Now putting it back in is not that easy either. As you can see the hole in there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You can see the hole in there. And what you have to do, you have to take that keyway that I showed you, that little slot notch, and you have to put it up in here and you'll never see it because it's way up underneath, but you'll see a little tab up there that notch goes into. Once it's in place, pull back on this silver tab and let it come back to the middle of the lamp socket, and that's what holds it all in place, like that. So to review, after you take off your plastic piece here by unscrewing this screw right here and squeezing on these two plastic C-graded areas, allow this to come off the unit, set it aside, take this black knob on the silver tab, pull it away so it's free, pull this straight out where that keyway is, hold the lamp socket and the bulb, and pull them apart so that they're apart. Now, sometimes the bulb may go out, but it may not go out. It might still go out, but it's the lamp socket that's bad, but the bulb actually isn't bad. So what you have to do to replace that, you swing it around over here on this side. What you have to do to replace that is the following. It goes into a Molex connector. That's what that's called, a Molex connector. And there's a little tab right here, and you squeeze on that tab and you pull out like this, and that whole thing will come out. There's an extra one of these in your accessory box. What happens is, over time, many years of use, these contacts and these tips right here will oxidize and they'll get weak, and they will no longer make contact with the two posts or the two prongs on the bulb. And when that happens, doesn't matter how good the bulb is, if you have bad contacts in here, it's never going to work. It's never going to conduct the power to do it. So again, those two contacts in there is what happens when the bulb socket goes out. To put a new bulb socket in, get your new bulb socket from your accessory box. This clip, push it right back into these two prongs here till it snaps in place. Then take your new bulb, put it in the two holes like this. Take your keyway, align your keyway up so that it is in underneath in that little notch up on the top. So put the bulb back in the block so it's in the keyway, pull out in your tab and lock it in place. Now, once you're done with that, you have to put it all back, you have to put the cover back on. Simply take your cover, align it up so that this part right here is flush against this side piece where the filter wheel is, so that they're lined up like that. Push it up and it will snap in place in all these spots. And once it snaps in place, then you simply just tighten this back up, the screw back up and in. Got to make sure it's flush and even on both sides. Then you go ahead and screw this screw straight up back inside the threaded hole. And I can't get it to go. They said it's not that easy. They don't make it that easy. There it goes. Right up there, and just tighten it down, finger tight, and then your bulb replacement is done. And then your slit lamp will work after that. Again, it's pretty complicated. They don't make it easy, but that's how you do it. And thank you for watching.